what's up? It's Karen San Diego, and today we're going to be talking all about how to prepare for VSG surgery. Now, I already know that so many of you that watch my videos are on the road to getting the surgery, so I wanted to help you guys out and give you a little bit of a roadmap on what it is that you should be doing before having VSG surgery. So if that sounds interesting to you, keep watching. I got my notes ready and I've broken this down into 3 different stages. So before you've gotten a doctor, after you've gotten a doctor and have been approved by your insurance, and then after you have a date and you're in the days leading up to surgery. See, I broke it down, all the way down. Let's go. All right, so in the before approval section, I have one thing, and this is like the main thing that you should be doing before you even get approval for surgery, and that is contact your insurance. And this goes for if you are somebody who is choosing to get this done here in the States or wherever you live through your insurance. So if you are going through insurance, you need to find out from your insurance company if bariatric surgery is even covered under your plan. So not everybody's plan is going to cover bariatric surgery. I was fortunate enough to have an insurance plan that did cover my surgery, but I found that out by contacting them and finding out if they cover it. So once you contact them and they've told you that they do cover bariatric surgery, you want to find out from them, see if they have some sort of database or a list of in-network providers that are going to be able to do this surgery at little to no cost based off of your insurance. Once you have that list, you want to then go through the list, find some people who are near you, and start doing a quick Google search of these doctors' offices. You can even look on social media. A lot of surgeons now are getting hip to the idea that everybody is on social media, and they themselves are on social media. Look them up, read client reviews, read any type of information you might be able to find in forums about them. Find as much information as you can and narrow it down to a solid 3 different doctors' offices or surgeons that you want to work with. Now, the reason I say to narrow it down to like 3 instead of narrowing it down to 1 is you want to be able to kind of shop around. So just for reference, when I started this journey, I had 3 different initial conversations with 3 different doctor's offices. I ended up only doing an actual consultation with my doctor, my surgeon. But before picking that doctor's office, I had spoke with other places. And the reason for this is the team of people that you will be working with, not the surgeon, but the receptionist, the nutritionist, the patient care coordinators, all of those people, that's who you're going to be talking to a lot. So you want to make sure that you are comfortable and you feel welcome in that office. There are certain offices where you may not necessarily feel like you're going to be treated in the way that you would like to be treated. It doesn't feel warm. It doesn't feel inviting. So definitely shop around. And even though I personally didn't do this, I would recommend booking multiple consultations just so you can talk to the surgeon and get an idea for what different surgeons have to offer and which one kind of meshes with you and you see yourself wanting to have an ongoing relationship with. Because ideally, you should be going back to your surgeon's office and meeting with your surgeon and your care team long after surgery, post-op. So you want to make sure that if these are people that you feel comfortable with. Now, I have no experience on going outside of the US to get surgery, but I can assume that it would be a similar situation where you'd want to call around, you'd want to read reviews, you'd want to find YouTubers or content creators that created content going there. I know, for example, Mexico, there are a lot of VSG content creators who vlog their experience getting surgery in Mexico. Watch some of those videos, read some reviews, do as much research as you can before actually booking your consultation. And then once you book that consultation, still feel free to go to a lot of different consultations, whether that's in the US through insurance or in Mexico or anywhere else that you decide to get your surgery. Another thing to do during this time is to start keeping an active log of questions that you want to ask during your consultation. An example of some things that I had written down before my consultation was, what methods do you use for this surgery? I know that each doctor, there's different methods you can do to do VSG surgery. Certain doctors use certain tools that other doctors don't use. There are a lot of advanced tools. I know my doctor used some sort of laparoscopic tool thing, and not every doctor uses that exact method. So you might want to ask them, what is their method of doing that? I know because of the method my doctor used, I don't have as many bigger visible scars as other people do. Find out about that. Where do you put the largest scar? Do you go through the belly button? Do you go through the abdomen? Where do you go? And that'll give you a little bit of an idea of what your healing process might be like afterwards. You can even ask them things like, based on my history, because they look at your medical chart, based off my history, what do you think would be the best surgery for me? I know a lot of people, including myself, go for VSG because it was recommended or they heard about it and they just go for VSG. I actually never asked my surgeon about any other surgery. I went to my consultation saying I want to talk about VSG. I did not ask about bypass. I didn't ask about balloon, about the band, about any other surgery. So if there's one thing that I could have gone back and done is maybe found out a little bit more information about the other surgeries. Because when people ask me why did I choose VSG in the first place, I don't know. I kind of knew some people who had done it and just went with it because it was familiar. So definitely you can put in your notes to ask your surgeon what surgery they recommend based off their success rate and based off of your medical history. During this time pre-op is also when I started to immerse myself in the VSG community, meaning I started watching a lot of YouTube videos. And I say that not just as a shameless plug for my channel, because yes, I do create VSG content here on YouTube, on Instagram, TikTok, and I'm coming to Pinterest. But there are also a lot of other VSG related, bariatric surgery related content creators that you can watch to start to get a little bit of an idea into what life will be like after surgery. And that'll kind of help you mentally prepare. I know for me, I started watching some people and started seeing them transform before I had even secured my surgery date. And that alone kind of solidified it in my head that this was for me when I saw how they transformed. So definitely before you even have your consultation, I recommend starting to engulf yourself in, is engulf the right word? Get yourself immersed into the VSG community. All right, now moving to the next section, after approval. So this is after you've picked the doctor, you talk to your insurance, you're approved for surgery or on your way to be approved for surgery, you've done all your appointments. Now what I think you should be doing, and this one you actually could have started doing, start doing this today. If you're watching this video and you haven't gotten to any of these steps, do this today. And that is to take as many pictures and videos of yourself as humanly possible. I'm talking pictures and videos, not only the ones where like you have on like a sports bra and some shorts and maybe like a bikini or underwear and you stand kind of like this and you turned around so that you can see your whole body. Take a bunch of those, yes, but also just get some videos of you like dancing, of you walking down the street. Get some pictures of your face from different angles. Get videos and pictures of yourself at your biggest. This will be so useful afterwards, not only if you are a content creator like myself and you need to make reels and TikToks and things like that, they'll be good for those. But even if you have no interest in creating content, it is really, really helpful to be able to go back and look at old images of yourself. Because one thing about the surgery is body dysmorphia is real. And having those images to be able to go back and look at are, for me, one of the easiest ways for me to be able to really see the difference in myself. When I stop and look at older versions of myself, I'm like, whoa, I lost mad weight. What? And although you may be like, obviously, look at you, of course you did. But I'm telling you, with body dysmorphia, sometimes it is still very, very, very difficult to see it. But those pictures come in clutch. So definitely, if you're trying to get this surgery right now, pause the video, take some pictures and come back. Next thing I think you should do once you are approved for surgery is stop shopping. Do not buy any clothes. I don't care if you have a party to go to. I don't care if you have a wedding to go to. I don't care where you're going. Don't buy any clothes because it is a waste of money. You're going to lose weight once you get the surgery so dramatically. For me, honestly, within a few weeks after surgery, I was already out of my size that I was pre-surgery, and I already was struggling to find clothes in my closet that fit me because I had bought clothes not too long before having the surgery, which makes no sense, but I had done it because I was at work and I needed work clothes. So I literally had clothes after surgery that still had tags on it because I had bought clothes before surgery. I feel like once you know you're getting the surgery, shopping is done. Don't buy any clothes in your biggest size. What you could do, if you're anything like me and you just need to shop because you just need to, like I'm a shopping addict and I just like to shop, like, sorry, not sorry. So I'm gonna shop regardless. So what I started to do was I started to buy clothes in smaller sizes. That way I could use those clothes as benchmarks as I lost weight. So I started this journey at a size 18. I put air quotes because like I told you, I was really a 20, but I was buying size 18s to make myself feel better because I didn't want to buy a size 20. So I was a size 18. A few weeks after surgery, I was already in a 16. Then I got to a 14. Then I got to a 12. Now I'm at a 10. And it went so fast. So in the beginning, I had clothes that were in some of those smaller sizes. So I was able to mark my progress by coming back and trying on clothes, which was helpful, being that the scale is evil and you should avoid weighing yourself often. So trying on clothes is a great way to do that. So I say all of that to say that if you plan on shopping, shop in smaller sizes. Do not buy your clothes in the size that you are right now. Thank me later. The next tip that I have for after you have approval, I sort of touched on it in my before approval phase, but that is to find your tribe. Now, unlike what I said before, where before I was like, yeah, follow some influencers and stuff like that. That's cute. But at this point now, you need to find your tribe regardless of where your tribe is coming from. So ideally, I would love it if everybody had people in their personal life that they could call on, that would be there to support them through this journey. But unfortunately, the truth of the matter is not everybody has access to those type of people in their lives. Not everybody has people who are going to support them through this. Like, it's the type of thing where you will end up really seeing qualities in people that you love that maybe you don't love so much, and that's okay. Not everybody understands this journey, and the beauty in that is that it's not for them, it's for you. So while it would be great to have all of your loved ones on your side, it just isn't what it is. You won't have all your loved ones on your side, and if you do, bless you. You should be really, really grateful for your community and your support. But I'm going to speak right now to those people who maybe don't have a lot of people in their actual real life who support them. So once again, if you do, rally those people, get them understanding your surgery. If you have those people in your life who are there to support you, maybe send them a copy of your handbook that your doctor gave you for after surgery. Maybe they'll read through it and so they can understand your surgery a little bit better. I know for me, the person that did that for me was my husband. He read through my manual so that he would know what to expect from me after surgery. So maybe give that to as many supportive people as possible. Maybe send them some videos so they can support you. However, if you do not have that, or maybe you don't want to have that, maybe you want to keep your surgery a little bit more private, what I would recommend is joining forums. My favorite type of forums to join are the Facebook groups. I'm in I want to say 3 different Facebook groups related to VSG. And for the most part, I've had a very pleasant experience in all of them. I have not received any weird, hateful comments, although I have seen it get messy with other people. But sometimes people be in there baiting. They be baiting for them negative comments, and y'all not slick. But for the most part, it is a positive environment where you can ask questions. You're in a group with other people who are going through the same thing that you are going through, or have gone through it, or will go through it. So there's lots of knowledge in there that can be pulled from. Of course, always ask your doctor questions, but sometimes there's some questions that may just come up and you don't want to ask your doctor. You just want to ask somebody who's been through this. So the Facebook groups can be a great place to be able to make some of those connections and feel supported by people who are literally doing this with you. I know they even have some Facebook groups for people who had surgery around the same time. So you could find a group that's like March 2022 VSG buddies or something like that, and be able to be around, be in a group with other people who've had the same surgery at the same time or hitting the same benchmarks as you at the same time. And obviously, you know, that can be a lot of help because you're able to lean on them and ask them questions and see hey, I'm experiencing this. Is this normal? Hey, I have been stalled for this amount of time. Did you stall too? And that can help you feel really, really supported on your journey. And along with that also comes following the content creators and all of that, or even making content on your own. Because I know for me, I am a very introverted person, so I don't have a lot of friends in my real life. So it has been difficult to have a lot of people that I can talk to about this because I don't have that many people that are close to me, if that makes sense. However, all of you have really been my friends through this. I've been able to talk to you guys about this journey. I've been able to feel supported by you guys throughout this journey. And honestly, I feel more support from my internet fam than I do from my real life people that I know in real life. You guys build me up so much, and I'm so grateful. So I'd say that if you feel like you can, make a YouTube channel or make a TikTok or Instagram or something talking about VSG and build community that way. But community is going to be so important on this journey. Next thing I think you should do, starting as soon as you have approval for this surgery, is start changing your diet. Then right there in that moment, start changing your diet. Now, I'm not telling you to go super crazy and only eat 3 ounces of food. No, I'm not telling you that. But start to significantly cut back on the amount of food that you are eating. So that means that, let's say you go to the Caribbean restaurant, you got some jerk chicken and some rice and peas or something like that, right? Instead of eating that whole plate of food, separate it into 2, eat half now, eat half later. And then maybe as you keep going, separate it into 4s. Like for me, 1 plate of food like that lasts me like 6 meals now. But obviously I've already had surgery, so I need to eat a lot less. Before surgery, don't starve yourself, but try cutting it in half opposed to eating the whole thing, or splitting it into 4s, just to get your mind used to seeing such small portions on a plate. That'll be really helpful. Also start trying to find like low carb options, lower calorie options, low sugar options, things like that. Meals that you like that are not high in carbs or sugar. Calories won't be as important because you won't be able to eat that much anyway, so calories aren't really that much of a thing, at least to me. But carbs and sugar are definitely a thing that you want to be cautious of. So start doing that now. It'll be great to be able to have an idea now of what kind of things you would like to eat afterwards. So just start training your brain to look at the back of packages and figure out, is this way too high in carbs? Is this way too high in sugar? Am I eating, what is the serving size that I'm eating here? Like being aware of all those things now will help you for later, as well as starting to learn how to chew your food slowly and take breaks while eating. That's another thing that after surgery will help make your transition easier. So if you get accustomed to doing that before you even had the surgery, you're gonna set yourself up for success by just, it won't be difficult. It won't be as big of an adjustment if you had already been doing this for the months leading up to your surgery. Along with that, you can start sampling protein. Protein is like one of the biggest things. If you watch any VSG content creator, you're gonna hear protein. You'll get sick of hearing protein. So before surgery, it might be helpful to have an idea of protein options that are gonna be best for you, whether that be protein shakes, whether that be protein powders, whether that be protein water, whether that be actual protein-rich food like chicken and fish and beef and things like that. Figure out what kind of protein sources do you like. Get a sample pack of protein shakes. I know the Fairlife protein shakes comes in a sample pack. I actually have it linked in my Amazon storefront. Sample it. Figure out which flavor is your favorite. Don't stock up on that flavor. Don't stock up on that flavor. And I say that just because it is known that after surgery, sometimes our taste buds change. We don't like what we used to have. So I recommend getting these sample packs so you can taste different things. So you know what they taste like, but don't stock up on it until afterwards. After surgery, buy like a pack of whichever one you thought was your favorite, but don't be surprised if you hate that one afterwards. But at least you'll have an idea of what each one tastes like, so you'll know what to stock up on after surgery. Now, getting to before your upcoming surgery. So this means your doctor called you, you have a date in mind, you know your surgery is coming now. This is what you should be doing at this point in your surgery. So at this point in your surgery, you should be prepping for what's gonna happen afterwards. So the first thing you wanna do is find out how long you're gonna be on a liquid diet after surgery. If your doctor says, you know, a week, 2 weeks, a month, whatever, stock up on as much things that you're gonna need for that time period ahead of time so that you're prepared. I know some people are in the liquid diet now and are like, oh my God, I don't know what to have. I'm tired of this, I'm tired of that. Have it all ready. Stock up on broth. Stock up on soup packets that you can strain and turn into broth if the broth is nasty to you. Stock up on protein shakes. Don't overstock. Buy variety packs, but get protein shakes, protein waters. Get a water bottle. Get sugar-free juices, sugar-free ice pops, different things that you're gonna need afterwards, and have it already there. Have options already there, enough to last you for however long your doctor said your liquid diet is. That's gonna make it a lot easier for that to be less of a stressful process because you already got it in your house, you already know what you're doing, you have a plan in your head. Get that ready from before you have your surgery. You can also use this time to go into your notes and create a little notes document, very much like what I'm using right now, and plan out soft food meals, plan out pureed food stage meals, and just have in your mind, okay, these are the things that I want to have during this time. An example of this is the also popular ricotta bake, which by the way, I've never tried, but that's something that a lot of people eat during their soft foods or pureed stage. So you can write that down, have a little shopping list for that so you can be ready for that. Write down some different things that you want to try out during that time so that when it comes, you already are getting excited about these meals. And it won't be as of a stressful thing like, oh, I really just want to have regular food. No, you're excited about these meals that you have planned to have from ahead of time. So definitely start planning out your meals for your soft food and pureed stage before you even have your surgery. This next thing is so important. And it's something that I think is overlooked a lot, especially if you are somebody who does not live with somebody who will be supporting you after surgery. And that is making sure that you get anything that you will need accessible to you after surgery up at a higher place. And what I mean by that, because if you're confused, I get it, that was confusing. What I mean by that is like your charger, making sure that your charger is like looped over your bed so that you can easily reach it, making sure that you have like a bunch of stuff on your nightstand easily accessible. The reason for this is you will not be able to bend all the way down for the first like 3 or 4 weeks after surgery. So you want to make life easier for yourself. You want to go into your kitchen and put anything that you will need to reach for often up in a higher cabinet. Take it out of the bottom cabinet. And this is even if you do have somebody there to help you, it still would be useful to have these things higher up in the event that maybe that person goes to the store. Maybe that person is doing something else. You don't want to have to be have to make them be responsible for helping you with every single thing. Of course, you know, you're gonna want some independence. So definitely make sure that you have these things ready. They're where they're supposed to be. You can reach them without bending. That will help make things a lot easier after surgery. In the event that something falls or you forget about something, I do have a grabber tool linked in my Amazon storefront that you can use to pick things up if you do drop them. But I'm telling you, it'll make your life so much easier if you pre-plan for this and have everything you need up by your nightstand or up on a shelf or up in your kitchen in a higher cabinet where you do not have to physically bend over to be able to reach it. And then the last thing that I have on my list is one that obviously this is going to be one of those easier said than done things, but it is so important. Try to just clear your mind in those days leading up to surgery. I know surgery is stressful. We know this. It's scary. Surgery is scary. If you're not scared, that's probably a little bit more concerning because it's scary. You know, you're going under the knife. However, remember that this surgery is really, really safe. It has a very, very low complication rate. Even though people do experience complications, not everybody's journey is as smooth as other people's. But just know and trust yourself that if you came this far, you made this decision for a reason. You felt like it was the best thing for you. So overthinking it at this point is just going to cause you to back out and be scared. So try your best to fill your brain with other things during this time. Don't think too much about it so you don't psych yourself out. And just really trust your instincts. Like, you're doing this because you're making the decision for yourself. You want to better yourself. So stand in that and just try to let go and let God at that point. Just trust yourself. You got this. And with that, that is all for this video. If you are getting surgery soon and this video was helpful to you, go down in the comments and let us know when your surgery is going to be. Check the comments, look at people's surgery dates, give some people some words of encouragement, and add anything, give them some tips if there's anything that you feel like I missed that they should know before starting the surgery. I hope you enjoyed this video. I definitely enjoyed making it. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you go ahead and give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you in my next video.
Where in the world is Karen San Diego? From BK to Belly, it's anywhere she say so. She changing your life, can see it straight through her eyes. And sister